Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is episode 2 of my little series. The only way I can really call it is the Jeffrey coincidence, because I've noticed for months that there's a shocking amount of maybe not shocking, but odd amount of like well-known Jeffreys who are creeps, whether they're just like kind of just give out creepy vibes, or they're just, well, as this video's about, one of the worst people that ever walked the earth. My God, Epstein's pretty bad. I mean, you know. So, like, just right out the gate before we get started, there will be, I guess there should be a trigger warning because of, obviously he was a, you know what kind. He is a, sex trafficker and stuff. Like, y'all know, if y'all clicked on this video, I would hope you know what you're in store for. So I guess like abuse and that kind of thing. And then disclaimer, there's a lot of things that aren't specifically known about Epstein, so some of the stuff I am gonna lightly touch on, because I'm only gonna lightly talk about stuff, like lightly as in I'm not going into too much detail, but since since we don't have like all the files and stuff, not like, a lot of things are still like not certain. And I mean, and actually, before I continue talking about the files, I am definitely a person who would like to see the files out, but I don't expect like the world to change and like everybody that was in it and is actually responsible for something bad is gonna just go to jail. Like, I don't actually expect that. Like, a lot of it to me is just like so that there is so there could be like justice for like all the victims and stuff, so that they so that like they're working out like who did what to who and stuff. And also what was I was stumbling over my words, y'all. And also, like, so, like, not everything's a big mystery and stuff, so, like, know exactly what happened and stuff, like, you usually do sooner or later with a lot of true crime stuff. But without further ado, let's just get right into this episode about Epstein. Alright, guys, so obviously, I gotta say a little more on who Epstein is. So, as I said, he is a sex trafficker, or was, because he's allegedly dead now. I mean, I say allegedly because I know there's conspiracy theories, to be clear. Like I said, not everything's confirmed or whatever. Like, supposedly he died at 66 years old, like, in prison, but for all we know, he's still out there. I mean, there have conspiracy theories that he's out there, but basically Epstein was a guy who would basically, like, a big way of like how he got away with all the things he did. It's like he he surrounded himself with really powerful people, and he and obviously these very powerful people were part of his little I say little, big but secret, mostly secret operations. This guy was born on January 20th, 1953, and died August 10th, 2019. Supposedly at 66 years old, like I said. And he was born, raised, and then died in New York. Which, honestly, I feel like there is actually a lot of, like, there's a good chunk of, like, famous or infamous. In his case, definitely infamous. He was a horrible person. But a lot of people are, like, seems to be, like, famous or infamous people from, like, New York. But, I mean, New York's, like, the Big Apple, you know? So, yeah, and, this guy, like, I remember, like, I've been watching, like, videos going over the files and just him in general and stuff, and it's just, like, ew. And apparently, and there's, like, definitely, like, a lot of things that, like, apparently, like, an atheist or whatever wouldn't be able to really, they don't have, like, I guess the certain lens to really understand some things, some pictures and stuff, because, I mean, he's kind of he was, I think, like, a Satanist or something. But anyways, let's just get into the next section of my video. Alright, in this section of the video, I'm going to list any victims that have that we actually know the names of because they spoke up. Because obviously, the majority of these people's identities are unknown, whether or not because of their choice or because their faces are covered when you look at the pictures in the files and the released files and stuff. But a list of some Epstein victims that are known include Virginia, and if I mispronounce any of these names, I apologize. Sometimes I can't, and it's not even that I can't pronounce something, it's just I can't read my own handwriting sometimes. But some known victims include Virginia Giuffre. She used to be Virginia Roberts. So I guess she got married or something. Maria Farmer and Annie Farmer, I believe they're sisters, if I remember correctly. There's Sarah Ransom, there's Courtney Wild, Jill Harth, and Joanna Sjoberg, S-J-O Berg. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I apologize, sincere apologies. And then, now when I talk about any alleged accomplices, I know accomplices is a strong term. Some of these people, for all we know, they just knew Epstein but weren't part of the SEX trafficking operations. Some people just knew him, you know. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of things are just, oh, it might have happened, but it might not have, so, just take whatever names I say with a grain of salt, okay? Although I do know, we all know Ghislaine Maxwell is definitely guilty. We all know that though. Prince Andrew, obviously. Me personally, I think he is so guilty. I mean, he is. Oh my God, there's so many pictures in the files where he's. Ugh, he's there. There's also. My God, I can't pronounce this dude's name. Jean-Luc Brunel. I would say I apologize for mispronouncing that, but we're not on the victim list. We're on the alleged accomplices list, so for all I know, I shouldn't be. Then there's Glenn Dublin. There's Les Wexner, Alan Dershowitz. I can't pronounce that name. I'm just gonna, I literally can't even. Is that an H or an N? I'm skipping over that one. But, I'll spell it out. E-H, I think H, U-D, Barack. No, I'm not saying Obama. No. I spelled the person's first name and said their last name. No, Obama isn't on here at all. I always off the names I collected. There's Marvin Minsky, Bill Richardson, George Mitchell, Adriana Ross, Sarah Kellen, Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton. Our own president, Donald Trump. But I mean, you know what? You know what? The world's run by PDF files, so honestly, the fact that there's one in the Oval Office doesn't bother me too much, because the whole world's run by them anyway. And even then, like I said, take these accomplices list with a grain of salt, because it doesn't all because their name shows up in the file doesn't automatically mean they are guilty of anything. They could have just known Epstein. So for all we know, Trump is completely innocent in that regard. Now, granted, if he's done anything else in his life that he's actually guilty of, that's separate. But as far as this goes, we don't actually know for sure. There's obviously Stephen Hawking and Kevin Spacey and Michael Jackson and apparently Leonardo DiCaprio knew him, supposedly, allegedly. I don't. And I know Michael. And actually, speaking of Michael Jackson, he is actually known to have done some creepy stuff, but you know what, you can you can ignore that when you're listening to his music though. That's Michael Jackson anyway. And from what I know about Kevin Spacey, apparently I'm pretty sure he's the guy where people in the actor celebrity area will be like, oh no, don't say his name, don't say his name, or something. I believe he was the one where it's like his name's like Voldemort's or something, and yeah. But anyways, like I said, take all those names I just listed with a grain of salt. Not the victims ones. The victims are all definites, but like they actually spoke out and stuff. But take the alleged accomplices list with a grain of salt, because nothing's totally certain in the files. Though we all know Prince Andrew's worse than his brother, and I say worse than his brother because his brother, he did some shitty things when he was with Princess Diana. Rest in peace, Princess Diana. But I actually remember watching a YouTube documentary about Princess Diana, and there was like mentioning all these things that Prince Charles, now King Charles, did and stuff, and I was like watching it with my best friend Sunny. Y'all seen her on the channel before, and I was just like, well, he's not nearly as bad as his brother. Well, it's true, but let's just move on with the video. Alright, well, that's the video, guys. I don't plan on like doing like deep dive stuff or anything in this series, like I mentioned in the Dahmer episode. Like with this one, like it was pretty short. I didn't go too deep on anything. Like it's really just, who is this person and why are they bad and who did they affect, or who may have done, like in Epstein's case, who might have worked with him. But oh yeah, he also had like a lot of ties to, I think, Iraq or something. Pretty sure he had a lot of ties to Iraq. But anyway, as far as deep dives go, I do have 2 recommendations. First, and I mentioned this in the Dahmer video because Call Me Chris, the YouTuber Call Me Chris, she's also made videos on Epstein, which are pretty good. I recommend watching them if you want to learn more about this whole thing. And another recommendation, maybe controversial for some reason, I don't know why, but I don't know why it'd be controversial, but I would recommend Blair White's videos that she's made on it, made on the Epstein files. I mean, like I said, it's a very nonpartisan thing, like this whole like she's actually gone through the files and stuff, so you're interested in that. Those are my 2 recommendations for like a deep dive to look at, to watch. And make sure, and if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, like, what do you think? Do you guys agree with me? Prince Andrew's definitely guilty. Like, that guy's so guilty. I could picture I'm literally picturing one of the pictures in the most recent file drop that from when I'm recording this, and it's you, and you. Like, sir, stop hovering over that woman. That definitely underage woman. Like, sir, please stop. Good on your brother for taking away your prince title. Good on your brother for doing that. Charles, round of applause for Charles for taking away Andrew's title of prince. Yeah, prince title. Cause he definitely don't deserve it. But anyway, yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. When I reach 50 subscribers, I plan on opening up a Discord server for my channel and stuff, so make sure to look out for that. If you have Discord, make sure to check my other social links still, where it's just my actual Discord, my usual Discord, not the server. The server isn't a thing yet, though. I will be opening that, like I said, 50 subs, and also make sure to check out my Instagram. I do post on there. Sometimes it's a personal life thing, sometimes it's other stuff, but anyways, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye now.